Hey, what's up guys? Tito with the Law Android, and I'm recording and uploading this video tonight, this rant video of mine, because I may be a little bit busy during the day. So it's like midnight right now, so technically it's already Sunday where I'm at. Probably not where you're at if you're like in California or Hawaii. But anyways, early Sunday video. So most of you guys know I do use the ZTE Warp Elite. It is my daily driver device. I truly like this phone. But some people have been asking me whether it's on Facebook or on Google Plus in the communities or on YouTube, and that is if I rooted my ZTE Warp Elite. Surprisingly, I have not. I haven't even tried. I do keep up with most of the news going on with the Warp Elites, and no, there is not a root method right now. I don't even know if there will be one, but this kind of ties into my whole rant. So, if you're asking yourself the reason why I didn't root the Warp Elite, sorry, it's the same reason why I haven't rooted the G Stylo, now that I have it back. Same reason why I haven't tried to root the Prestige or any other smartphone that I picked up lately. And the reason for that is that there's not enough development anymore to even want to take that chance. See, way back in the day, it was so much better because we had tons of developers on it, on the case, currently updated with everything that was going on within Android, within the manufacturers, and so it was easy for them to pump out, root methods, custom recoveries, ROMs after ROMs after ROMs after ROMs until we were like ROM drunk, and I mean, I miss those days. I miss, being confused whether I wanted to run a cyanogen-based ROM, if I wanted to run Pac-Man, if I wanted to run, let's see, at the time that I was doing a lot of ROMing, it was on the Galaxy S2 Epic 4G Touch on Virgin Mobile. So yeah, I was like using everything they had under the sun. If it was Show Stock ROM, which was one of my favorites for the Galaxy S2, whether it was using, God, I can't even remember the Xperia one. It basically adopted the Sony Xperia launcher and everything, and kind of combined it with TouchWiz. There was that one. There was, Touched by Galaxy S4 ROM. I mean, those ROMs were awesome. And, I know most of the flagships today get custom recoveries, they have roots, they have ROMs, but not all of us want to spend money like that on a flagship. And even some of the underdog powered phones were getting, development like that back in the day. But that's not existent today. Today we have, either we find a very, very, very minimal exploit to help root our Android phones, but then once we obtain roots, we really can't do nothing with that. We cannot, because we don't have custom recovery, which most manufacturers are starting to lock down the bootloaders, which makes it ever so hard to actually bump a recovery onto our device, which to me is standard. That's the rule of method that I kind of developed for myself recently, and that is if I'm going to root a smartphone and make any modifications or changes to a smartphone, I have to have some sort of recovery. If there's no recovery, then I'm not going to take that risk anymore, because it is hard to bring your phone back from a soft brick without recovery, and especially, with scenarios like with the G Stylo, there, when my device got soft bricked, basically I couldn't bring it back out of it. I know I had a couple of people that were trying to help me recover my original G Stylo that messed up at the time. They were trying to help me get it back. It just didn't work. Of course, we had no recovery, and for some odd reason, the KDZ file for the G Stylo on Boost Mobile was never released, and is still currently today not released for the Boost Mobile. If you're on T-Mobile, Metro PCS, you're lucky. Obviously, you guys got twerp recovery, but also you have a KDZ file in case anything goes wrong. You can bring your phone back to complete bone stock. So because I ran into that issue, I never wanted to root my phone anymore. I don't want to mess around with it. And that's something that really boggles my mind. Why, with the stock recovery in Google, can we not make a backup? That's something that I think is essential to Android, that needs to be brought. I mean, with 6.0 Marshmallow, and they brought in Doze and some other features that people are intending to love and enjoy. I would have really loved it if they, besides the security side of things, to actually have a way to back up your entire phone with the stock recovery on Android, but that is non-existent. I mean, to me, trying to stop everybody from modifying their Android device, that's inevitable. They're going to do it no matter what. People are going to find a way no matter what. And as long as there's developers, as long as it's open source, people are going to root and try to mod and ROM their phones. So to me, I feel like one of the biggest ways that would help cut down so much cost and spending for manufacturers to replace phones that people are going to say is defective to get a replacement is that Google with Android should allow the stock recovery, which is untouched by manufacturers, but the stock recovery should give you the option to back up your entire phone so that when you first get your phone and you first boot it up and you know you're going to kind of mess around with your phone, the first thing you should do after you get your phone booted up is boot into recovery and back up your entire phone. And therefore, anytime you get soft bricked, you can recover back to the point of when the phone was first taken out of the box. That's just my opinion. So, but nowadays, manufacturers are really trying to find ways to really block root, and they're getting successful as most developers pretty much have tried. And I'm not knocking developers. I have a mad respect for all developers out there. But I know that some of them just get frustrated with what manufacturers are putting in place to protect a device from being rooted. And once they start, getting all the headaches and everything, they're just like, I'm done. Forget this phone, I quit. And most of the manufacturers focus on flagships just like everything else out there. It's always about flagships. So, I mean, if you really want to get that experience of ROMing your device, modifying your device, having root, having custom recovery, well, then you might as well drop over $500 on a flagship or sign a 2-year deal to get one at a subsidiary price. Because if you're going to try to do that with budget devices and devices from prepaid and stuff like that, or even from like ZTE and things like that, don't count on development being there because it's not there anymore. So that's pretty much it from my rant. If you guys got anything else you guys want to add on to this, go ahead and leave it in the comment section of this video. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Click that subscribe button and drop a like if you enjoyed this topic of mine. And yeah, so that's it, guys. You'll see me in the next one. Have a great end of the weekend, beginning of your week. And yeah, bye.